Guess where we're going today? Hey guys, it's Eris, and today we are exploring Summit USJ, an iconic Subang mall opened in 1999 as part of a mixed-use development that included an office tower and a hotel. This is a pretty big mall with over 1 million square foot of retail space spanning 6 floors. The mall was revamped in 2016, so the exterior looks completely different, but the inside still retains vestiges of its original design. As usual, when exploring these older malls, I like to start from the top because that's where it has that liminal vibe. On level 4 is the GSC Cinema. There are 10 halls here with 1,300 seats. Movie selection isn't great, but if you like a quiet environment, then this would be perfect. Next to the cinema is this long corridor with a really high ceiling. This is where you can clearly see the late 1990s architecture, with the glass skylight and barrel-vaulted ceiling. It's a long walk to the other end, but along the way you can admire golf course scenery. Why? Because there is an indoor golf driving range here called FunX Golf. It's actually a pretty cool space with simulator bays and even a cafe. There is also an academy where you can learn from experts and a shop to purchase golfing equipment. Continuing on through the corridor, you'll emerge from the dark tunnel-like space into the next section, which houses a Hoop Station store and an indoor basketball court. Hoop Station was started in 2001 and they sell all things basketball, from shoes to basketballs. Just across from the store is the Hoop Station Basketball Arena. I'm not sure if the court is still available for rent, but they have an Anifest thing there from 2018. Court prices on their website is listed as 110 ringgit for a 2-hour session. One floor down, you will find the bowling alley. In quieter malls, usually the bowling alley would be the center of activity, and Summit is the same. This is an Ampang Super Bowl, a name many of us would be familiar with. Even though the design is dated, the facilities are actually pretty well maintained. Also on this floor, which I think is one of the mall's biggest draws, is Jalan Jalan Japan. They used to be at One City Subang and relocated here about 8 months ago. Jalan Jalan Japan is a Japanese thrift store where you can find all sorts of second-hand goods, from clothes and shoes to bags, toys, watches, branded goods. Exploring these is always fun because you never know what interesting find you might uncover. Like this official Star Trek fact files. I don't need it, but I definitely want it. But seriously, if you are on a budget, there are pretty good finds here. I got a pair of pants for just 5 ringgit. Another attraction you can visit is FunX World. It's a family-friendly theme park. There are themed areas within like Fairyland, Castle Adventure, and you can play games like bumper cars, obstacle courses, slides, arcades, and more. The all-play package is 55 ringgit. Let's move on to some quieter areas of the mall. Even for a weekday, I think traffic was kinda low. A lot of the footfall comes from students in the area since there is an IMU and a SEGI nearby. If I'm being brutally honest, Summit still has that old mall layout with many small stores, which are hard to fill up once they have been vacated. And when you don't have many interesting tenants, people tend to go elsewhere. It's a chicken and egg question of bringing tenants in so you can get more shoppers, but tenants only want to come in when there are shoppers. Doesn't help that Subang has like 10,000 other malls. But I can tell that they're trying really hard to revitalize the mall through activities. I went around May and they had a bunch of Mother's Day activities, and I heard some parts can get quite busy over the weekends. Moving on the lower floors you will find local boutique clothing stores. These are usually no-name brands, but you can get clothes for cheap. I cannot believe they still have Nokia ads up. So apparently Nokia no longer makes smartphones, but they still do their feature phones. Another interesting find here is a Christian bookstore. I've been wanting to get a cross for my room, so I finally got a simple wooden one here. They also have a good selection of Christian books and home decor. The ground floor feels much livelier and most of the stores here are occupied. You'll see more recognizable brands like Guardian, but a lot of them are still local mom and pop shops like optical stores and such. Wanted to check out this bookstore, but unfortunately it wasn't open during my visit. Finally, the basement is where all the restaurants are. There aren't too many options, but at least they have a KFC and a couple of kopitiams. If you want a really affordable meal, there's a Cafe Rumah which serves 6 ringgit 90 cent nasi lemak with a chicken wing. Pretty hard to get this price in a mall. If you live in a neighborhood and you want cheap groceries, NSK Grocer is a good option. I personally shop at NSK and it has been a godsend for my budget. The seafood and veggies there are at least half of what they are priced at other grocers. And that's it for the Summit USJ tour. What are some of your Summit memories? Share them with me in the comments.